Finished my coast to coast walk around about the 23rd, I think, of June. And so that's a couple of months ago, coming up. Well, it's about 10:15 and I finally made it to the summit of Kitsti Pike. It's the high point of the coast to coast. Pretty high, I wouldn't want to jump off the edge here. After I finished my walk, I absolutely physically crashed. And at first I couldn't understand it. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And long story short, I have low iron and had to get back to Australia. Australia, I had an iron infusion and then I had to do some tweaking with some medication that I'm on for migraine, which I'm now off, feeling 100% better and my energy's starting to return, which is really, really good. And being confronted with my own mortality has been a good thing. So I've done a lot of reflecting on that because it was something I didn't see coming. And the good news is, I felt the Lord gave me a promise from the Bible when I was feeling quite physically low and tired and unwell, and I turned to this scripture that I'm going to restore your health. And I took that as a promise, and from then, that time on, through one thing or another and a bit of wisdom God has given me, a bit of medical advice, my energy's coming back. Look out, I'm getting stronger again. Just excited to be outdoors. I love this. And out on the Clear Mountain Conservation Trail. This is a flat part. It's the only reason I can do this video. It gets fairly steep, up to about 45 degrees. Can't film that. And so that's coming, not far from here. So well, I've crossed the summit on Clear Mountain and I've done the equivalent of a 110-story building this morning, and it's winter in Australia, still towards the end of winter. And this is the most energy I've exerted for almost 2 months, and so it's great to feel great again, great to be getting back on top, great to be returning to my old self again. When we were in the UK, after I did my coast-to-coast walk, I actually crashed. My iron was low. I'd run out of the strong iron tablets that I was on, and I had to find some more, which with the help of my doctor in Australia by email, I was able to do that, and it helped me a little bit, but kind of dragged my body around England for the next 6 weeks, not understanding why my energy level was so low, and getting concerned about that. And so, but got back to Australia, and I'm sorting things out now, and finding out a lot of my tests are proving to be good, and so I got a slightly high PSA level, which they're trying to get to the bottom of, but at this stage it's not looking likely to be anything too sinister, so that's a good news. A few more tests to go, but great to be getting back to my old self and starting to get on top of my problems and health-wise, and good to be in Australia. It's a great country. Winter is fabulous in Queensland. While I was doing my walk, one of the things I didn't realize is that I was suffering from low iron. Because of that low iron, I wasn't getting enough oxygen to my brain and my energy level was affected, which explained to me later on why I had difficulty keeping up with some people on my walk. Later I found out that my energy was retarded because of my low iron and some medication that I was on at the time that was actually aggravating my iron even worse. And so it was also affecting my emotions, and I noticed that I was having extremes of emotion when I was doing the coast. Today's Mother's Day in Australia, not in England, but in Australia. And I want to do a shout out. You know, I was just driving through on the bus, coming through the Lake District. And although it was a beautiful place, I tell you, the most beautiful thing in the world to me is my wife, Jeanette. You're my best friend in all the world, and you and Jeanette mean everything to me. When I look back at it now, I realize the reason for that was because of the low iron. I wasn't getting enough oxygen to my brain, and it was actually giving me extremes of emotion. But thank goodness, I'm feeling 100% now, which is really, really good. Well, it's my first day out road testing my new Pacemaker Expedition trekking pole. These are Pacemaker sticks, and this is the Expedition model. And the reason I bought these is my old pair lasted me for 4 years. This new pair has got clips on them, so you undo the clips and pull the legs out and adjust them that way. And these cost me, delivered from America, $76 Australian. And the quality is fantastic, the adjustments work well. Why I like these is because of the head. It's got these little bauble type things on the head, and they just multi-point gripping. And when you're sort of trekking and you're scrambling or what have you, climbing over rocks, they just grip the ground really. The straps are easy to adjust. And they apparently made of aeronautic grade aluminium or whatever they call it. And so I'm happy with it. I mean, for $76, you won't get anything of this quality in Australia. And I've looked around and online, $76, that's delivered. That's not the cost of the trekking poles, that's to ship them out. At $26, I think, Australian air freight. And so absolutely worth it. I love these are nicer, newer, and I'm happy with it.